Wye River is a very small coastal town on the Great Ocean Road.
And I think anyone that lives in Wye River would say they live in paradise.
It's got beach, it's got bushwalking, bird watching, just a beautiful area, I think.
The community is really incredible bunch of people, and that's the other thing that's really special about where we live. Since I moved here, every year the mantra was, this could be the year.
There's usually a lot of fuel around. You know, it's obviously a very high risk area then, and with
narrow roads, high trees, really difficult access in and out, and very easy to get trapped. So there's always been a significant risk overhanging the town.
Our work with Wye River goes back to before the 2015 bushfire.
The project started nearly 3 years ago,
where there was a community-based emergency management project convened by Emergency Management Victoria.
Sitting down with the community, seeing what they wanted.
That was really pivotal in getting the community active and talking to one another about risk.
Wye River had their own emergency plan in regards to bushfire, and they were keen to build on the content of that plan by bringing in people that I could contact.
in around about November 2015, we ran a scenario of what could happen to Wye River in a large fire event.
And they simulated what would happen with a bushfire on a typical bad weather day.
For people to be able to see a visual of what a fire can do, it was really quite telling.
You could feel the people suddenly sit up and people started going, well, that's my street. And following that, we said, how much has this changed your planning? What would you do now?
I think anyone that attended that meeting changed their plan.
And they got up at the end of it and said, well, we would have stayed in this condition and that condition, but now we're going to leave.
Really important that we had that meeting because
it almost spookily played out to our predictions.
Christmas Day was a regular day. I opened the presents with the kids and I could just see this ugly black plume rolling over Separation Creek Hill, and it was that moment I knew that it was a signal of fire, that we were going to lose a number of houses. It was really quite surreal. We just saw this all happen 6 weeks ago and now it's eventuated.
And the fact that we actually had this scenario event that was so true to life, people responded more effectively.
Historically, there's been lots of community resistance, and part of that's maybe a lack of understanding.
So I certainly think that the scenario event informed people on a level that they hadn't been informed, but also the trust of the local community towards the brigade and also towards the members of government agencies here.
And when we're all doing that in a respectful way, it enables much more constructive conversation.
Local community values and experiences and strengths, that's what builds the planning process.
At the heart of this process is building the resilience of communities and doing that in partnership with community and government. And building resilience can have a whole range of positive outcomes, least of which for bushfire management, but potentially also for a whole host of other things that are important to community.
I think it's been amazing the way in which people have come together and worked to try to rebuild the town.